Killer number 2, healthcare. The number nobody uses, let me give you a number. $315,000. That is the average amount a couple retiring at 65 will spend on healthcare, out of pocket, in retirement, after Medicare. Now, most retirement plans I've seen budget maybe $500 a month for healthcare, $6,000 a year. Over 20 years, $120,000. Budgeted $120,000 actual, $315,000 gap, $195,000, $195,000 gap. That gap, that is phase 2 coming apart. And here is what makes it worse in the 70 to 80 window specifically. This is when chronic conditions appear. This is when prescription costs spike. This is when you need specialists, not just a GP. This is when a single health event, a fall, a stroke, a cardiac episode, can cost $50,000 to $150,000 out of pocket. And long-term care, nursing home, assisted living, in-home care averages over $100,000 a year. Medicare covers almost none of it. If your retirement plan does not have a specific, dedicated healthcare budget for phase 2, your retirement plan is incomplete. Period. Killer number 3, the market drop at the wrong time. This one is the one that financial advisors don't explain clearly enough. And it destroys phase 2 retirements more than almost anything else. It's called sequence of returns risk. Here's how it works. Imagine 2 people. Both retire with $500,000. Both need $30,000 a year to live on. Person A, market goes up in their first 5 years, then drops later. Person B, market drops in their first 5 years, then recovers later. Same average return. Completely different outcome. Person A, money lasts 30 years. Person B, broke in 17 years. Same average return. Same withdrawal amount. 17 years versus 30 years. The order of returns matters more than the average return. And in phase 2, ages 70 to 80, you are in the most vulnerable window. You are withdrawing money every single month. A 30% market drop in your early 70s while you are pulling money out is devastating in a way that the same drop at 55 simply is not. The bucket strategy. Bucket 1, 2 years of expenses in cash, untouched by the market. Bucket 2, 3 to 7 years, conservative bonds and income. Bucket 3, everything else, growth investments. When the market drops, you live from bucket 1. You never sell from bucket 3 at a loss. This one strategy could be worth $200,000 to $300,000 to your phase 2 retirement. Killer number 4, the one nobody wants to talk about. This is the one I find hardest to talk about. And the one I find most important. Between ages 70 and 80, cognitive decline becomes a real financial risk. Not just dementia, not just Alzheimer's. Normal age-related cognitive changes, slower processing, reduced financial judgment, increased susceptibility to scams. These affect financial decision-making years before anyone gets a diagnosis. Financial elder abuse equals $28.3 billion loss per year, $28.3 billion stolen from American seniors every year. Not from strangers only, from family members, from advisors, from people they trusted. And here is what breaks my heart. The people who worked hardest, saved the most, built the most, are the most targeted. Because they have the most to take. 1. Simplify your finances now. Fewer accounts. Fewer institutions. Easier to monitor. 2. Designate a trusted contact with your financial institution. Someone they can call if something looks wrong. 3. Set up automatic alerts on every account. Any withdrawal over $500 sends you a text. 4. Have an honest conversation with your family about financial oversight before you need it, not after. The people who plan for this protect themselves. The people who think it won't happen to them are the most vulnerable. Killer number 5, inflation. The 10-year slow burn. I want to show you something simple. Age 70, need $5,000 per month. Age 80. Same lifestyle costs $6,720 per month at 3% inflation, which is historically normal. Your cost of living increases by 34% over 10 years. That $5,000 a month you need at 70 costs $6,720 a month by the time you're 80. And here is the Phase 2 problem specifically. In your 70s, your investments are often shifted to conservative bonds, fixed income, lower growth assets, which is appropriate for risk management. But those conservative assets often grow at 2 to 3%. Inflation is running at 3%. Growth, 2 to 3%. Inflation, 3% real return. 0, you are running in place, at best. And your expenses keep climbing. The fix, even in Phase 2, you need some growth assets. Not aggressive, not speculative, but completely abandoning growth in your 70s because it feels safer is one of the most expensive mistakes in Phase 2. Killer number 6, the plan that stopped at 65. Here is the final mistake, and it ties everything together. Most Americans, if they have a retirement plan at all, built it at 60 or 65 and never updated it. That plan assumed a certain tax rate. It assumed certain healthcare costs. It assumed a certain market performance. It assumed you would be sharp, healthy, and making good decisions at 75. Your 65-year-old plan is not equal to your 75-year-old reality. Phase 2 is a completely different financial environment than Phase 1. Different tax rules, different healthcare costs, different risk tolerance, different income sources, different vulnerabilities. It requires a completely different plan. 1. Recalculate your RMD impact and update your tax strategy. 2. Get a specific healthcare cost projection for ages 70 to 85. 3. Implement the bucket strategy if you haven't already. 4. Put a cognitive protection plan in writing. 5. Check that your portfolio still has enough growth to outpace inflation. 6. Review this plan every single year. Not every 5 years. Every year. I'm going to tell you why I care about this so much. Because I've watched good people, hardworking Americans, do everything right for 40 years. Save consistently. Invest wisely. Retire responsibly. And then get blindsided by Phase 2. Not because they failed. Because nobody told them Phase 2 existed. The financial industry loves talking about accumulation, building the nest egg, because that's where they make their fees. Phase 2, distribution, preservation, protection. That's harder to sell. So they don't talk about it. 6 killers. All real. All happening to Americans between 70 and 80 right now. Prepared survives Phase 2. You just got prepared. If this helped you, subscribe to Uncle Sam Financial. Because next week, we are going through the exact steps to build your Phase 2 plan from scratch in 90 minutes. No advisor needed. No expensive software. Just the 6 things you actually need to know. See you then.